The Democratic National Convention, unlike any we've seen before. Due to the pandemic, both Democratic and Republican conventions are almost entirely virtual this year. Take a look at the difference between the scene outside the DNC in 2016 and outside of DNC headquarters this year. And here's former First Lady Michelle Obama speaking in Philadelphia in 2016 to a packed arena versus this year via remote video. But despite being apart, the Democrats tried to capture a sense of unity with the theme, We the People. Speakers of the night spanned a wide spectrum from former Republican presidential hopeful Governor John Kasich to Biden's former rival, Progressive Senator Bernie Sanders. And former First Lady Michelle Obama delivered what some are calling her most passionate speech yet. Mary Bruce has the latest.
Overnight, in clear terms, Michelle Obama breaking down the stakes in this election.
Let me be as honest and clear as I possibly can. Donald Trump is the wrong president for our country. He has had more than enough time to prove that he can do the job, but he is clearly in over his head. He cannot meet this moment. He simply cannot be who we need him to be for us. It is what it is.
The former First Lady setting the tone for the convention and reinventing her famous motto, when they go low, we go high.
But let's be clear. Going high does not mean putting on a smile and saying nice things when confronted by viciousness and cruelty. Going high means standing fierce against hatred while remembering that we are one nation under God. And if we want to survive, we've got to find a way to live together and work together across our differences.
Growing emotional, Michelle Obama with a call to decency.
This is who we still are. Compassionate, resilient, decent people whose fortunes are bound up with one another. And it is well past time for our leaders to once again reflect our truth.
Democrats kicked off their convention eager to show a united front.
It's up to all of us to help make Joe Biden the next president of the United States.
In a live address, Senator Bernie Sanders urged his progressive supporters to back Biden.
Let us be clear. If Donald Trump is reelected, all the progress we have made will be in jeopardy. At its most basic, this election is about preserving our democracy.
And in an attempt to show that Biden can speak to all Americans, the night featured prominent Republicans, too, like former Ohio Governor John Kasich, who ran against Trump for the Republican nomination in 2016.
Joe Biden is a man for our times, times that call for all of us to take off our partisan hats and put our nation first for ourselves and, of course, for our children.
Democrats also highlighting the voices of Americans impacted by the crises facing this country, like Kristen Urquiza, who lost her father to the coronavirus and blames the president.
My dad was a healthy 65-year-old. His only pre-existing condition was trusting Donald Trump, and for that, he paid with his life.
Urquiza making it clear this election will be a referendum on the president. This convention is unlike any other. Instead of an in-person gathering in Milwaukee, this is the center of the action. The cheering crowd replaced with choreographed videos and virtual speeches, live and taped. And President Trump just responding to the former First Lady on Twitter, writing, "Somebody please explain to Michelle Obama that Donald Trump would not be here in the beautiful White House if it weren't for the job done by your husband, Barack Obama." Based on the president's Twitter feed, it is clear he's watching closely. Diane.
That's for sure. Mary Bruce in Washington. Thanks, Mary. And now to break down some of those big moments, ABC News Deputy Political Director Mary Alice Parks is here for us. Hey, Mary Alice.
Hi, good morning.
So this was an unconventional convention, to say the least. They tried some new things. What worked, what didn't, and how effective was night one overall?
Well, look, just how effective night one probably depends on exactly who was watching. Those typical party activists normally in the room, if they were looking for that big fanfare, big applause lines, well, they were disappointed. They didn't get that, at least not on night one. But look, Democrats instead tried to make good use of the format that they did have. They knew that there wasn't going to be those cheering crowds and everyone there in a packed auditorium. So instead, they tried to focus speeches to be intimate, quiet even, really serious. And it seemed to me that they were hoping some voters who were still on the fence were the ones that were watching. They used the time to speak directly to them and to hit home this idea that you might not like Joe Biden, he might not be your first pick, but this moment is serious, this moment is dire even, they said, and voting for Joe Biden is a must.
And Mary Alice, we were just looking at some video of former First Lady Michelle Obama speaking. Her speech seems to be the one getting a lot of attention this morning. What made it stand out?
Well, look, she seemed to understand the format better than anyone else. She's just such a good messenger for Democrats. She was there on her couch. It was so intimate, as if she was sitting in your living room speaking directly to you. And she's just incredibly well liked across the country, probably the most popular political figure across party lines. And she hammered into that. She said, look, you might not be a Democrat, but you know me, and you know that I care about your children. She tried to remind Americans that they trust her. And so she said, I'm going to trust you to get out there and vote. You know, I was struck after all the conversation we've seen the last few weeks about mail-in voting. Michelle Obama said, basically, don't risk it. She told people to plan to get out to vote early and in person if they could, to pack a dinner or maybe even a breakfast to be ready for long lines.
What were some other big standout moments you thought of the night?
Well, you saw there Mary Bruce talked about that one incredible moment with the young woman from Arizona, Kristen Urquiza. She said that she lost her dad to COVID because he trusted the president. He thought that the virus was under control. He went and sang karaoke, she said, and a few days later was on a ventilator and died. Look, that was a stark, incredible moment, but actually a rather traditional message that basically said incumbent presidents have to run on their record. And Democrats know the president's record right now is the record of this pandemic, and they want to lay the severity of the virus right at the president's feet.
And tonight's theme, last night was We the People. Tonight's theme is Leadership Matters. What can we expect?
Well, first of all, it's the roll call tonight. So normally you see all the delegates there going around state by state by state and casting their votes for Joe Biden, for Bernie Sanders. They sort of recreate the election results. Well, that's going to be done virtually, kind of a whip around the country. So that will be first. And then some big speeches from former President Bill Clinton. And the key message, the final part of the night tonight, the vice president's wife, Jill Biden, Dr. Jill Biden, she will cap it off. It would obviously be pretty incredible to watch her come back to the White House again.
All right, we'll see how it all goes. ABC News Deputy Political Director Mary Alice Parks. We appreciate Mary Alice. Thank you. And do be sure to tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern for ABC News Live's special coverage of the second night of the 2020 Democratic National Convention. George, David, and Lindsay will all bring you the latest. That's tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on ABC News Live.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.